Group of people, what particular group of people dominate the entertainment industry? Okay, you so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. Okay, not too much. Well, Native Americans, maybe here and there, but you so-called blacks and Hispanics pretty much dominate the entertainment industry. Mainly blacks. Okay, basketball, singing, sports. Okay, acting, okay, movies, comedy, okay, um, things of that nature, okay. What particular group of people dominates the entertainment industry pertaining to sports, television, you know? It's you so-called blacks, man. You know, we the ones who know how to dance. Blacks and Hispanics. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Native Americans do got salt. They have salt. I grew up around some Native Americans in North Carolina, man. And they got salt, man. They got salt. All right? Okay? We dominate that industry, man. But we don't dominate like banking industries and stuff like that. Okay? Now we had back in the day we had Black Wall Street, and there was another black community. I believe it was. I forgot what it was. But back in the day, that got burned down. Those two black communities that were prosperous got burned down. Okay? And the government never gave them a loan to get back on track. Okay? Why? Because America didn't want us to prosper. That's why. And plus, we were still under the curses. Okay, think about it. If the Most High would have allowed Black Wall Street to come up, and I forgot there was another community that got burned down, along with several other black communities. Just imagine what we would have had right now. Just imagine what a lot of grandkids and children would have had right now, man. You know, but the Most High had to allow that to happen because we were under a curse, man. You know, we were under a curse. But think about it, okay? Also think about this. Your government is giving these businesses money because of the coronavirus and everything, because of what happened. And also, your government is giving money to people to come here. I forgot what the word is called when they come here to escape danger from another country or whatever. They bring them here. Asylum. Yeah, asylum. You have other heathens who come here for asylum. Okay? But every time a so-called Hispanic asks for asylum, they got to go through hell, man. They got to go through hell. But somebody from a European nation or even Africa, the Somalians, you know, Bill Clinton brought a whole bunch of Somalians to here in America to settle in like Minnesota. I think some in Texas. You know, even that. But when it comes to the so-called black man, the so-called Hebrew Israelite, Judite, Levite, okay, and Benjamin, you know, look what happened to Black Wall Street. Did that ever recover? No, that never did recover. Look at all the other black towns who got burned down, man. You know, did the government give them a bailout to go get back in business? No, it didn't. They didn't. All right, but that's like buried under the rug. How come? Let me ask you a question. How come you so-called black people and everybody that's marching right now for George Floyd, how come you not protesting about Black Wall Street? How come you not asking for a bailout? Okay, a bailout for your great grandfather who had a business back in the day. Okay, why are you not asking for that? But yet you'll march up and down the street for equality for one person. But hey, you really have to think about it. Okay, you really have to think about it. Why do it now? Why do it now? Okay, it didn't work back in the 50s and 60s. Okay, why are you gonna march and protest? You shouldn't do it at all. You shouldn't march or protest at all. But if you are gonna march and protest, don't just let it be about George Floyd. Okay, why don't you go back in history and understand that your businesses back in the day were burned down? Your great grandfather's business was burned down. Okay, when you go back to Black Wall Street, when you go back to what's it called, Red the Red Massacre or something like that, okay, a lot of businesses, black communities were burned down, man. Okay, because these so-called Edomites were jealous. Okay, they were jealous and started rioting, going through the black neighborhoods and tearing it down. How come you're not marching and protesting about that? How come you're not asking the government for a bailout for that? Okay. But, you know, it's prophesied, it is said in scriptures, okay, that if you did hearken to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that you would be prosperous. Okay? But the Most High didn't allow you to be prosperous, man. Okay? It's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit. On this side, you got the curses. On this side, you got like Black Wall Street and everything, and Esau came and tore it down. Well, it's prophesied that you would not succeed. Okay, you would not be prosperous. You would be the tail instead of the head. As a matter of fact, let me get to that. But the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1 says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe which I command thee this day, that the Lord shall set thee on high above all the nations of the earth." So Black Wall Street and all these other community black towns did prosper. Okay, if they did prosper, then you know, think about what we would have right now, man. Okay, you have a lot of black banks. You have a lot of black companies. Okay, you have a lot of black organizations, man. A lot of black financial institutions. Okay, all right. You had those things about to pop off in the I think it was a 19. I don't know the time frame of Black Wall Street. I got to do my research, and you know I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But if you fast forward now, if those organizations and companies did exist, just imagine where we would be right now, man. You know. But let's go into that actually. Okay, let's go into let's go to verse chapter 28, verse 15. "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments, his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all the curses shall come upon thee and take over thee." That's it. Because we have veered away and now hearken to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That is the reason we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Okay? It says, curse, let's go into some of these curses. "Curse shall thou be in the city. Curse shall thou be in the field." Okay? "Curse shall thou be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy hand, the increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep." Okay? "Curse shall thou be when thou comest in, and curse shall thou be when thou goest out." Perfect example. When a black man goes into a all-white neighborhood in a grocery store, all eyes on him. People think he might steal something. You know, people think he might try to steal the money. You know, people think that he's going to go in there and snatch purses. You know, you're just cursed. "Cursed shall thou be when thou goest in. Cursed shall thou be when thou goest out." When you go to work, when you drive to work, you don't know if you're going to get pulled over by the police. If you go jogging down the street, you know, you just want to get some fresh air, go for a walk. You don't know if a police officer is going to pull you over. You don't know if a so-called Edomite Karen is going to be walking past you and then is going to call the police on you for no apparent reason at all, just because she's going to say, "You look suspicious." You know? You don't know that. All right? "The Lord shall send upon the curse, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest down hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me." Perfect example, Black Wall Street. You know, Black Wall Street was destroyed, man. You know, the Most High put that spirit in those Edomites to go in there and terrorize that neighborhood. Okay? And the government never repaid those people, man. Okay? But yet you have these you have these companies, big corporations, whom the Edomites own. But yet they're getting bailouts and stuff like that. Look at the economic situation in 2006. I think 2006, 2007. about the economic crash. You know, these companies got bailout money. You know, these big corporations. All right. Let's go down to verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Okay. Let's keep going. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab and the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. You know, I can keep going, but if you keep going, man, all these scriptures pertain to you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head and not the tail. Perfect. That's a perfect verse. The Edomites, man, they own everything. Okay? They own everything. Just about everything. I mean, Jake owned a little something. Even if you're a successful athlete, a successful actor, or anything like that, the owner of that team owns you. You signed a contract. He owns you. He may pay you $100 million a year. He may be paying you $50 million a year. Okay, even if you were a CEO, a minority, you're a so-called black person, Hispanic, Native American, of a CEO company, you still own. You still got to do what the Edomites tell you to do. I mean, that's just point blank, you know? So we are under the curses, man. All right? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have veered away from the Heavenly Father. Okay? Let's go to verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Deuteronomy, talking about the curses. Yep. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth unto the other. And thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou shalt nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Perfect example, Christianity, man. You know, Christianity is not the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans' religion. Okay? When the Europeans came over here,
so why are you reading the Bible?
Huh?
Why are you reading the Bible?
Well, I'm doing the Lord's will. That's why.
Christianity is not the religion. Why are you reading the Bible?
No, I'm not in Christian. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You an Israelite too. What's your nationality? Okay, you can laugh. Go ahead. Go ahead. The Most High is going to condemn you. All right?
So you believe your history is from that?
Yes, our history is from this. What's your nationality?
That's sad.
Oh, no, that's sad. That's sad you walking away from it, man. That's sad. That brother's going to be condemned. He just walked away. The Most High is going to condemn that man.
So what's the power of that so long again?
Slavery talks about that. It talks about that in scriptures. You got to study, bro. Okay. All right. If you don't believe it, that's you. See? That's an unbeliever right there, man. You see? Prove what? Who is this? I'm trying to tell you. You are. What's your nationality? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not in that Bible.
What's your nationality? Tell me.
I'm not in there.
Are you black?
I'm not.
Are you black?
You can see that.
No. What's your nationality? Are you Caribbean, black? What's your nationality? Okay, bro. I'm asking you a question. If you don't want to answer it, you black American? Okay, you from the tribe of Judah. You from the tribe, you the head tribe of Judah. See, we are under the curses right now. I'm trying to tell everybody the reason the so-called black man, Hispanics, and Native Americans are at the bottom of the totem pole is because we are in the scriptures. The law was given to us. We were the ones brought out of Israel. Okay, we are under the curses right now.
All right. Curses because of what?
No, because we sin.
Because we sin?
Because we sin.
Do you know black people are more religious than anybody on earth?
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, you are the Most High's chosen people. You don't believe that? Do you believe?
I don't want to be because it sucks to be a chosen person.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't have nothing to do with you. All right, I don't have nothing to do with you. See, unbeliever right there. His soul is condemned. Okay, Christianity is upon that man. You know, see how our people have gone off, man? When you tell them they are chosen people, they don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. But if they say, like, they believe in like a white Jesus, they believe in that. When scriptures clearly say how Yahweh Shai, whom the word Elohim calls Jesus Christ, look, he had feet like burnt brass. And I'm sure that brother knows that, but he don't want to believe it. He's stuck on that white Jesus mentality, man. You know? And I get so angry when people want to degrade themselves like that, man. Why do our people want to degrade themselves like that? Jesus this, Jesus that, Christianity. Why? You got people of other nations know who the real people of Israel are, man. You got people in Europe know who the real Israelites are. But yet when you took that, and that's a perfect example of our people being a stiff-necked people. Stubborn. Stubborn. You know? He could have came in and listened to what I had to say. You know, but he chose not to. Hey. But, you know, I'm going to keep pushing this truth, man. How much time I got? 49 minutes. Okay. Perfect example. Stiff-necked people, man. Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 19. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Okay? When you come into this thing, man, it's very simple to hearken to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem and Yahweh Shai, man. You know? But you see, Esau, the so-called white man, has whitewashed Yahweh Shai, whom the word Elohim calls Jesus Christ. They painted him to be white. Okay? But that's not true. That's not true. In the scriptures, it clearly says how Yahweh Shai look, man. As a matter of fact, let me do this right now, man. Let me do this right now. Let me show you a comparison. All right. This is the image that the Bible talks about how Yahweh Shai look, whom the word Elohim calls Jesus Christ. Okay? Now, this is the image that you have in churches today. Okay? A European-looking Savior. This is not the image that the image talks about in the scriptures. All right? Now, it's kind of hard to do this, but I'm going to... I'm definitely going to, let's see here. I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to use my phone. Because trying to hold the sword and trying to hold, all right. I wish I had like a board here. But we're going to go, and that's why you have to utilize your tools, man. Let's see. He had feet like brass. Okay. All right. Okay, Revelation 1 and 15. Okay, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in the furnace. Okay, now, as you can clearly see, I don't know how well the light is reflecting off this picture. As you can clearly see, are those feet like burnt brass? No. You don't see, his feet is not burnt like brass. Okay, now this image. What does that look? That's burnt brass. Brass in general, even in its raw form, is brown. It's naturally brown. It has color to it. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what's wrong with this phone here. My settings, I can barely see. Oh yeah, display. Okay. Yeah, cause I can. All right. That's a whole lot better. All right, that's a whole lot better. Now, all right, now we in business. You see, we need, and to tell you the truth, man, we need people like that. We need scoffers like that to sharpen up our sword. You know, sharpen up our sword. And I'm glad that brother, you know, came because, you know, it gets me more heated. It ignites that fire. Okay. Come on, phone. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the real image. Revelations, the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Okay, comparison. White like wool. Okay, you see the white woolly hair. Okay, now does this guy has white woolly hair? No. What type of fabric would you compare this guy to? What type of fabric would you describe his hair? It's silky. Very silky. Does this look like wool to you? Wool stands up. Wool is like the sheep. You know how the wool of a sheep is puffy? Does this man's hair look puffy? No, it doesn't. It looks straight. It looks flat. It looked like he just came out of a damn spa. You know? His head and his hairs were white like wool. White like wool. Okay. As white as snow. As white as snow. It didn't say his skin. It didn't say his skin tone was white as snow. It didn't say his skin was white as snow. It said his hair was white as snow. This right here. Look at my beard. You see some white hairs right there. But all that Yahweh Shai had was white. Okay, was white hair. He had white hair. Okay, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay. And his feet like unto fine brass. His feet like unto fine brass. Look at that. Okay, now look at this guy. Does he have feet like burnt brass? No. He does not have feet like burnt brass. Okay. As if they burned in the furnace. Okay, now, if you take anything, if you take like a white sheet of paper, if you take like a white stone, let's just say a white stone, you put it in a fire, it's going to turn black automatically because it's being burned, it's being charred. Okay, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in the furnace. Look at the feet, dark. Okay, now the European version, his feet, look at that. Does it look like he has feet like burnt brass? No. He looked like he went to a spa or something. Definitely. Probably from Moab. He went to a spa, got his feet all pedicured, manicured. Nah, man. All right. And his voice as the sound of many waters. Okay. We all know, especially black people, we all know black people are loud. Our voices carry. Okay. Perfect example. Look at the singers in the entertainment industry. Their voices carry. When Mariah Carey sings, when Whitney Houston sings. Okay. Whitney Houston, you got Luther Vandross, okay, Genuine, Brian McKnight, okay, Barry White, perfect example. Look how baritone and bass his voice is, but it carries. All right, so you know, not to get off topic, but you know, the law was given to you, man. Okay, you were lied to. Okay, whom the world enemy calls Jesus Christ was painted in this image. Okay, was painted in this image right here. All right, this is the real image of the heaven of Yahweh Shai, whom the world enemy calls Jesus Christ. This is the real image right here, man. You've been lied to, man. The law was given to you. It wasn't given to those Amalekites in Israel. It wasn't given to the Amalekites that are here. You know, millions of dollars are being America is spending a lot of money to keep that a secret. But right now, it's not a secret no more, man. It's not a secret no more. We know who the real Hebrew Israelites are. All right? And I think that's it. Yeah, I got like 2 minutes left. But yeah, man, let's go to the book of Daniel 10. Then the book of Daniel chapter 10. This is the book of Daniel chapter 10, verse 6, verse 5. Okay. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked and beheld a certain man clothed in linen. Okay. Clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Upas. A man in linen, girded, it says, girded with fine gold, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz, I think. But this is the gold right here. Okay. All right. His body was also like the beryl, and his face was as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and feet in the color to polished brass. Polished brass. Okay, now if you say, first of all, a lot of people who say Yahweh Shai, whom the world even because Jesus Christ was white, you know, you got to go back to scriptures, man. You got to go back to scriptures. Okay, it's kind of hard for me to hold this, you know, to hold this and put the picture up, but you know, that's why you have to do your own research, man. That's why you have to do your own research. It's very important to do your own research. I lost my spot. As a matter of fact, no, I didn't lose my spot. Where is it at? Come on. I was at Daniel, reading Daniel. These ads be popping up on my phone, bro. That's okay. His body also like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. Arms and his feet to the color of lightness of what we paraphrasing. Well, let's not paraphrase. And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. Okay, and the voice of his words were like the voice of a multitude. His voice carried. All right. So that's the image of Yahweh Shai, whom the world even calls Jesus Christ, man. Okay, and I'm gonna end it right here. And remember, the law was given to you, man. Christianity was forced upon you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know, your true power is in the scripture, man. Yes, Christianity does take things from the scriptures, you know, but these Edomites know how to manipulate that to make you do what they want you to do, man. All right, that's why these Edomites back in the day brought out certain scriptures to slaves. Okay, talking about obey your master, you know. But no, man, you have to obey the will of the Heavenly Father. Yeah, you are still under the curses right now. Yeah, you have to give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Yes, because we're under captivity. But you still have the liberty to practice the law, statutes, and commandments, man. But our people are stiff-necked people. All right? Our people are stiff-necked people. We just saw an example of that, man. You know? But anyway, I'm going to end it there. All praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makar Kadash, Barak, Atha, Lord willing. You're edified. Till next time, Shalom.